Na bwana Fred nikujuze tu
ni kama ninaona gavana mwingine anaingia. Protocol officers tafadhali. Silent for the start. Chief guest wetu, unaona wanaume hapo wameshika kamba. Timu zote mbili ziko na ustani sawa. Tafadhali wale wanataka kuingia pale watolewe pale.
Waondoke tafadhali, waondoke tafadhali.
Mgeni wetu. Chief guest, hizo timu zote ziko uwanjani. Uzani ni sawa, ni kilo 680 upande wote. Mambo ndio hiyo sasa. Ni Kisumu wakimenyana na Bungoma.
Shughuli nzito samaki na sima pale.
Mechi hii ni mechi ya burudani, tena ni mechi ya competition.
Ni nzito kabisa hiyo.
Sasa waje tuone nguvu ya zamaki, nguvu ya ugali, ni nani? Mgeni rasmi timu zote mbili, hizo ni 680. Mame naenda moranga pale. Asante mame, inakuwa vibaya pale. First round.
Naona tu
wale mashabiki wanakuja uwanjani, tafadhali wote warudi kwa jukwaa. Mashabiki wote warudi kwa jukwaa. Mashabiki warudi kwa jukwaa.
Tafadhali mashabiki waondoke, tafadhali mashabiki
waondoke tafadhali.
Tafadhali mashabiki tuondoke.
Security, naomba security wetu watusaidie kutoa mashabiki uwanjani, wanaitafia pale. Our chief guest, timu zote mbili.
Basi naomba wadau wa Bungoma tunaona kesho ndio.
Game imeisha.
Basi tunapeleka pale.
Round.
Inakuwa nzuri.
Haya, first round imechukuliwa na Kisumu. Haya, kidogo mtu wangu. Tuendelee na mechi nyingine kama mashabiki wote watoke uwanjani.
Security tafadhali tunaomba mtusaidie mashabiki wote kuondoka.
Mashabiki wote watoke uwanjani.
Asante sana.
Security, mashabiki wote
waondoke uwanjani. Ili Nairobi na Nakuru waweze kucheza.
Tafadhali mashabiki tutoke uwanjani.
Asante. Waweze kuondoka tafadhali mashabiki.
Hapa wanisikizi wanakagea kakuo hapa nyuma, ambia mashabiki watoke, watu wamine wote warudi kwa lami.
Tafadhali
wote warudi kwa lami.
Tafadhali mashabiki tuondoke uwanjani tafadhali.
Asante.
Asante sana.
Mgeni rasmi, mechi hii ni mechi ya burudani, vile vile ni mechi ya competition. Kisumu ishachukua na raundi ya kwanza, tunaenda raundi ya pili. Kisumu ikichukua ni ishara kuwa wameshinda mechi hiyo. Tafadhali hakuna kuketi uwanjani.
Tafadhali. Tunaomba mashabiki waondoke.
Mashabiki wote.
Security tafadhali.
Sasa hii ni order kutoka kwa komanda, mashabiki wote nje ya uwanja. Tafadhali heshima. Hakuna kukaa uwanjani.
Asante sana basi.
Haya, refa wetu tuende the second round.
Check. Na tunaomba mashabiki tafadhali, security mashabiki waondoke. Tunaomba tafadhali. Tafadhali tu ili mambo yaweze kwenda sawa. Asante sana Fred, kazi nzuri. Ambaye unapiga.
Nadhani Kiambu na Kakamega wako tayari na ngawa tuone kwenye uwanja. Nadhani kama ungetuma mmoja angalie wanachelewa vipi.
Wako tayari upande wa pili.
Rifari unachukua lot of time, kumbuka tuna wageni wengi. Tuanze rifari hiyo mechi mara moja. Bado mashabiki wamejaa uwanjani rifari. The other team tafadhali tukae kando. Tago Go naona Kakamega. Kiambu tafadhali tukae kando.
Tusubiri hapa tafadhali.
Officers watu wako uwanjani tafadhali. Media naomba wote wakanyage track. Officers, media wote wakanyage track.
Tafadhali, watu
media wakanyage track wote.
Watu media tafadhali tuweze.
Media tafadhali tukanyage track, hapo ni
tuweze tafadhali.
Hiyo ni order.
Kuna shughuli.
Haya, wametoka, mashabiki wametoka. Upande huu hapa bwana Gakuo hapo. Asante. Center referee wa mechi yetu tag of war the second round between Kisumu versus Nyandarua. Kumbuka mgeni wetu, uzani wote wa timu zote mbili ni 680. Twende referee silent for the start. Mambo ni nyuma uwanjani. Pamoja nasi nasikia gavana wa Nyamira, gavana mheshimiwa Nyaribo amefika pamoja nasi. Wapi makofi ya gavana wa Nyamira? Asante. Mambo ni noma. Kisumu, asante sana Kisumu. Congratulations gavana wa Kisumu, umechukua tag of war. Haya, tutoke uwanjani Kisumu. Kisumu na Nyandarua tafadhali tokeni uwanjani mbio mbio.
Waweze kuondoka tu.
Waondoke haraka haraka.
Amaona vile gavana mheshimiwa Kiari badilisha.
Tunamkaribisha gavana wa Nyamira ambaye ni mheshimiwa Nyaribo. Gavana jirani yangu chapa bali.
Washafunga shughuli.
Ninajua shida ya hayo maneno. Gavana Kisumu, I request you simame tu salute na timu inataka tu isalute na wewe.
Basi ndo hao.
Sijui hii timu inataka maziwa kutoka kwa gavana, atawapatia baadaye. Maziwa mtapata baadaye kutoka kwa gavana.
Tichtire.
Asante. Captain ataona gavana baadaye.
Tichtire. Tichtire.
Distire.
Tichtire.
Kisumu.
Tichtire.
Kisumu. Gavana, asante sana. Kwenye stage gavana, mgeni wetu rasmi ni timu kati ya Kakamega. Nani amechukua?
Aona basi alikadhalika wanaingia. Ona Fred upande wa pili.
Asante. Mgeni rasmi ni Kakamega ambao ni washindi wa mwaka jana, wanamenyana na Kiambu. Kakamega inua mkono, Kiambu inua mkono. Mgeni rasmi, timu zote mbili ziko na uzani wa kilo 680. Center referee. Asante. Center referee, wakati ni wako. Twende.
Namona
kumbuka kwamba ni jimbo la Kakamega dhidi ya jimbo la Kiambu.
Mambo pale ni noma.
Wanasema ni ugali na viazi.
Watu wamekula ugali, wako sawa.
Wenzetu wa viazi alikadhalika.
Timu zote imeweka break. Uzani ni 680. Hakuna naye pita mwingine. Wachezaji ni 8.
Aha.
Mambo bara.
Naona kuna watu wanavutwa.
Mambo ni bara.
Kuna watu wanavutwa. Kuna watu wanavutwa wanakubwa. Namna gani hapa?
Kiambu. MC mwenzangu.
Aha.
Nani amechukua ushikani?
Kiambu.
Kiambu
wanashangaa wanawavuta.
Asante sana. Ninaona center referee cancel the match.
Anasema itakuwa ni ya kurejelea ile.
Our chief guest, the center referee has cancelled the match.
Anasema
so haihesabiwi kama wamehesabu.
Moja hiyo.
Wameshinda.
Isha kubalika ile.
Kiambu imechukua the first one. wanaenda the second one.
Yani Kiambu wanawavuta catch. Bado sawa.
Samahani, sisi tunatangaza kulingana, tunaambia kutoka chini.
Na ishara ya
ninaomba official mwenye ako chini Bwana Kangea, chairman publicity kutoka Siaya, tuletee habari kamili, tusije tukatangaze vitu zenye Kiambu has won one. Asante. Thank you chairman publicity. Kakamega has won one. Kakamega wainue mikono. Mgeni rasmi tumeambiwa ni Kakamega imeshinda ya kwanza, twende ya pili. Center referee, tuokoe muda.
Haya basi, wanasi kwamba tutulize kidogo, wavute. Haya, sisi tunawapa nafasi, vuteni kamba.
Imeanza ndio hiyo. Aya, mambo ndio hiyo. Nguvu ndio hizo. Kamba inavutwa hapo. Tulisema uzani ni 680. Defending champion Kakamega washachukua ya kwanza. Mambo ndio hiyo. Nairobi na Nakuru hajafika. Kakamega bado wameanguka na ni kusimama. Mambo inaendelea. Chief guest.
Basi
ijaisha.
Bado ngoma inaendelea.
Bado kamba. Asante.
Finally.
Asante. The chief guest Kakamega ambao ndio the defending champion wamechukua the second round. Waize Nairobi versus Nakuru. Asante sana. Upande wa tag of war tunamalizia hapo. Ningependa turudi kwenye main sasa, tuende shughuli nyingine. Ninaomba mtokeni uwanjani wote.
Yes.
Tafadhali kwa heshima tutoke uwanjani. Kisha turudishe order sasa hapa. Wale wamesimama kwa main VIP tutulie tuweze kuketi kwa heshima.
Yes.
Asante. Ninaona kasa timu yote ofisi iko hapa. Mgeni rasmi, kwa heshima yako, gavana wa Kisumu ambaye ni patron KICOSCA, mwenyekiti gavana wa michezo kutoka pale West Pokot, magavana wote ambao wamefika, mawaziri wa michezo bila kusahau the PS permanent secretaries wote wamefika wa michezo na wengine, mawaziri, ma-CEOs wote. Kwa upande wa burudani tumefika mwisho. Ningependa sasa kuchukua fursa hii, tunataka tuwe na maongezi kidogo. Asante. Ningependa sasa nichukue kwa heshima kabisa nimkaribishe waziri wa michezo wa Kisumu, dada yetu Beatrice Odongo, ambaye atachukulia kutoka hapo. Na kabla sijampatia, tafadhali kuna a lot of movement kwa VIP. Kwa heshima naomba mtulie ili tuweze kuwa na hii. Baada ya speeches zetu ndogo, tutakuwa na mechi ya ufunguzi baina ya wenyeji Kisumu wakimenyana na Nyandarua, nadhani kama sijakosea kwa program. Lakini kabla ya mechi hiyo, our chief guest atacheza penati. Baadaye nitawaambia vile hiyo penati inachezwa. Asante. Kwa heshima kabisa, ningependa sasa nimkaribishe waziri wa michezo Kisumu County, Madam Beatrice. Mpigie makofi tafadhali, amekuwa ametusaidia sana. Madam Beatrice, please, karibu uweze kushikilia kutoka hapo. Asante.
Asante sana. To our chief guest, our governor, all governors present, deputy governors, county commissioner, CCMs, chief officers, directors, all protocol observed. Good afternoon. I want to take this opportunity as the CCM Sports, Culture, Gender and Youth Affairs Kisumu County to welcome you for the KICOSCA Games in this great county of Kisumu. We call it Europe, Karibuni Europe. I want also to take the opportunity to appreciate our chief guest for coming to be with us here today, and our governor, who is the patron of KICOSCA this year. I want to thank you so much for the support we've had. We appreciate and we are not taking it for granted. And I believe the players have seen that Kisumu is ready to retain the trophy of the overall winners. Thank you so much. I don't have much to say. Feel welcome. Karibuni Kisumu Dala. Thank you.
Asante. Huyo ni waziri wa michezo. Asante kwa hiyo marekebisho. Sasa ningependa kumkaribisha the Secretary General Workers Union. Secretary General Workers Union, tafadhali njoo uendelee. Karibu Secretary General.
Wafanyikazi oye! Wafanyikazi oye! Comrades power! Basi the chief guests, waziri wetu mpendwa, pamoja na gavana wa jimbo hili na magavana wale wengine wote walio mahali hapa, mawaziri pamoja na chief officers, na heshimu itifaki zote. Basi tuna mambo machache tu kama wafanyikazi. Tunashukuru kwanza Mwenyezi Mungu kwa sababu ya nafasi hii ya kukutanika mahali hapa kama wafanyikazi wa Kenya mzima ili tupate kujumuika pamoja. Number 2, tungetaka kuomba the Council of Governors, kwa sababu naibu mwenyekiti yuko pamoja nasi hapa, Bwana Paul Otuoma, ya kwamba wapate kutengeneza outfits vile tulikuwa na alge ya kuketi pamoja na wafanyikazi na viongozi wafanyikazi na kusikiliza matakwa ya wafanyikazi na kuongea pamoja na kukumbaliana. Dunia mahali imefika sio vita, ni kuketi pamoja na kushauriana. Hata ile vita ya Ukraine na Russia itaishia kwa meza. Kwa hivyo tunaomba kwa unyenyekevu muunde hiyo outfit, tuwe tukiketi pamoja na kuzungumza mambo yetu. Ya 3, ningetaka kusema ya kwamba tunao wafanyikazi ambao kwa miaka zaidi ya 11 wamekaa kwa CBA moja. Wamekaa kwa mshahara moja for the last 11 years. They are our brothers, they are our sisters, na tunaomba ili kuwe na kukaa pamoja na tuzungumze mambo ya CBA. Tunaomba SRC, nchi imekuwa 2013 tulikuwa na bajeti ya 1.52 trillion. Saa hizi tuko na bajeti ya 3.3 trillion. Wafanyikazi hawawezi kuishi kwa mshahara moja. SRC, muingie kwa eneo yenu, muingie kwa kushauri mambo ya public servants na kuset mishahara ya state officers. Muache kuset mishahara yote. Na la mwisho, public service boards, tunaomba hivi, wakati mnafanya promotions, kuna counties ambazo zimefanya vizuri, na tunashukuru hata gavana wetu hapo mpendwa Bwana Profesa, tumeongea CBA ya hii jimbo la Kisumu, na tunaomba SRC waachilie CBA zile ambazo tumeongea na kukubaliana. CBA ya Nairobi, ya Kisumu na ya Mombasa. SRC, kazi yenu ni kushauri, sio kuset. Kwa hivyo tunaomba hivi, public service boards, wakati muna promote watu, muache kuvunja sheria. Muache mambo ya discrimination. Wafanyikazi wapatiwe promotions kulingana na ile kitivo na kitengo waliingia nacho county kwa mujibu wa sheria. Tunaomba tuwe na michezo yenye amani, yenye utulivu, na tuko tayari kuzungumza na waajiri wetu ambao ni governors for the welfare of the people. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Allow me to take this opportunity to invite Chairperson, County Assembly Sports Association, and I request that you just take 1 minute, kindly.
Tafadhali tunaomba makelele kwa VIP, sio vizuri, tupunguze.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hamjui Mungu. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Salamu alaikum. Basi CS wetu Ababu na Mwamba, waziri wa sports, pamoja na gavana wetu wa hapa Kisumu, Gavana Profesa Anyang' Nyong'o, Emeritus SG wa ODM, kwa ile lugha tunamjua tangu wakati ya siasa. Kwa majina naitwa Peter Imwatok Jateso. Mimi ndio chairman ama president KASA. KASA is County Assembly Sports Association, ambayo inahusisha county assemblies 47 Kenya na East Africa. Ya kwanza, gavana wetu wa hapa pamoja na gavana mlioko hapa, nimeona gavana wangu wa nyumbani, Gavana Otua Mabusia. Mrembe bosi. Tunashukuru sana Kisumu County, ukiongozwa na gavana wetu. Asanti kwa kazi mzuri. Mumeweka baada ya uchaguzi, wananchi wote wamekongamana katika county ya Kisumu. Sports brings unity of purpose for any nation. Asanti sana gavana pamoja na serikali yako. Ya pili, nimetembea na wanakasa wote. Kama uko hapa komiti ya kasa, simama tu, inua mkono. Simama tu ukiinua mkono. Hawa ndio wanasimamia sports katika county assembly yetu. Ya tatu, ambayo itakuwa ya mwisho, ni kushukuru KICOSCA. Wapi Kangea, Secretary General na chairman wake, mumefanya kazi mzuri kuweka wafanyikazi pamoja. Na pia hapa ni siku ya sports. Tusilete siasa ya union, siasa ya nini, tuweke kule kando. Leo watu wafanye michezo na tuweze kupata afya yetu sawa. Ya mwisho, tuko hapa na mkubwa wetu wa Alaska, Mheshimiwa Kamoga. Kama ndaruhusiwa, Mheshimiwa Kamoga, mkubwa wetu wa Alaska Games yuko hapa. Karibu. Your Excellency na CS wetu, this is our chairperson for Alaska Games, coming far away from Kampala City. Yoweri Museveni Kaguta government. This is our chairperson leading the Alaska Games, both East Africa. He's here to greet us and also pass a message of regards to the government of Kenya, and more important to the governor and the CS present. Na tunaomba hivi gavana Anyang' Nyong'o, tulikuwa hapa about 7 years ago tukihost Alaska Games. Bado tena Kisumu umeweka swali. Tunaomba utupatie ruhusa tulete entire East Africa hapa, tuweze kujumuisha wabunge wote na councillors wote na wabunge 47 Kenya mzima yote, ikuje hapa Kisumu. Hiyo ndio ombi letu bwana governor. Asante sana. Karibu my boss from East Africa.
Thank you, Honorable. Our chief guest, Your Excellency is the governor. Our host, the governor of Kisumu. I have been invited to greet you all. I'm greeting you in the name of Almighty. And I'm happy to be here to grace this function. As you all know, all these sportsmen come to make up Alaska Games. Once you finish this KICOSCA and KASA finishes, then this will culminate into Alaska. I'm very, very, very happy that His Excellency, the Governor of Kisumu, has accepted to host us. Do you know why? I saw him nodding his head like this. Thank you very much. Your Excellency. I wish you a happy and prosperous New Year. Thank you.
Asante sana. Thank you so much. Now allow me to invite the chairperson, KICOSCA. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Waziri Kisumu. Thank you very much, Waziri, for inviting me to say a word. The chief guest, Honorable Ababu Namwamba, Minister for Sport, Honorable His Excellency Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, the Governor of Kisumu and the patron of KICOSCA, His Excellency, the governors of various counties present here today, Your Excellencies, the Deputy Governors, Honorable Speakers of the Senate, National Assembly, and the County Assemblies, Honorable Cabinet Secretaries, Permanent Secretaries, Honorable Senators, Honorable Members of Parliament present, Honorable Members of County Assemblies, the Regional Coordinator.
I'm Session Committee from Narok County, National Treasurer, KICOSCA.
I'm Humphrey Kangea from Nakuru County, the Secretary General.
Samuel Obiero from Nairobi, Technical Chairman.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This work, we didn't do it alone. We also have to recognize the local organizing committee, that is the Kisumu staff, that was led by His Excellency Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, the Deputy, His Excellency the Deputy, and the CC Sports and CO Sports. I know you might be seated not in one place, but I would like to stand up so that you can be recognized as well. Wherever you are, please stand up and wave to the people so that you are recognized. Or you can step forward. Those that are around can step forward. Oh, you can just wave from wherever you are. And now lastly, last but not least, I'm Peter Ogalo from Kiambu County, the National Chairman. So today is indeed a great day for KICOSCA family as we play the host to our chief guest, Honorable Ababu Namwamba, the Minister for Sports. We deeply feel honored and privileged to have you grace this auspicious occasion that has brought together the whole country here in Kisumu County to participate, compete, entertain, and share best practices for quality delivery, service delivery to the people of Kenya through devolution. It is also my pleasure taking this opportunity to appreciate the leadership of Kisumu County under the stewardship of His Excellency Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, the Governor of Kisumu, for accepting to host this year's event. We also thank you and your county government for allocating adequate resources for innovation of Moi Stadium and other sports facilities in the county. I therefore urge the youth of this county and country to take full advantage of these facilities to develop and enhance their talents and skills. The theme of the 9th edition of KICOSCA is promoting national cohesion through sports and culture. And as we are all aware, KICOSCA plays a tremendous role in our society. It gives us the opportunity to showcase our talents and sportsmanship qualities
that we have in the country, opportunity to exchange ideas and experiences. It also provides a forum for understanding, appreciating, and celebrating our diverse cultures as a country. In effect, this helps us carve out a strong and vibrant cultural identity that instills pride and patriotism. Similarly, we've got Alaska, that is East Africa Local Authority Sports and Cultural Association, which was formed as one of the forums to strengthen the East African community. Its membership comprises of Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, and South Sudan. Alaska events are held on rotational basis among the member countries. We shall be happy and delighted to continue taking our position as a great nation in this prestigious event. And for that matter, we have put in place a body of professionals to help us select the best team Kenya to represent the country in the games. In this regard, I want to thank both the national and the county governments for the continued support to both KICOSCA and Alaska over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, as I also take this opportunity to appreciate the support from the following sponsors, that is CPF, our main sponsor, LAP Fund, Postal Corporation of Kenya, and NASICO for always standing with us and sponsoring certain aspects of the event. To the security team led by the County Commissioner, Kisumu, we say thank you very much for you have been offering us enough security since we started our planning meetings in this lakeside city. We equally want to thank the media family for the very elaborate coverage of our events each year. Before I conclude my remarks, I note with pleasure the participation of Tana River County for the first time. We welcome you wholeheartedly, brothers and sisters, and as well appeal to the counties that have not joined us yet to do the same. Finally, I want to wish every participant safe stay in Kisumu and a very successful and fulfilling championship. Thank you, and may the gracious peace of Lord be with us all.
Thank you so much, Chair. Now allow me to recognize our sponsors, then I'll give one representative to speak on their behalf. We have sponsors for the KICOSCA NEC, and we also have some sponsors for our county who supported us for this occasion to be successful. We have CPF that supported the event, LAP Fund, NASICO, and as a county we have Safaricom, we have Postal Corporation, we have KCB Bank, and we have CPF2 supported us as a county. And on behalf of all the sponsors, I want to request representative of Postmaster General to come and speak on their behalf, if he is around, kindly.
Our chief guest, Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, Sports and Arts, Honorable Ababu na Mwamba. Our host for this event is Excellency, the Governor of Kisumu, Professor Anyang'o, all governors present, all principal secretaries present, deputy governors, all protocols observed. Good afternoon. My name is Dickson Nyaga. I'm here on behalf of the Postmaster General, Postal Corporation of Kenya. Our chief guest is just to thank the management of KICOSCA and Kisumu County for allowing Postal Corporation of Kenya to be one of the sponsors for this event. We feel honored and we are very grateful, sir. When you look at your desks or your seats, we have placed flyers, brochures for the services we offer as Postal Corporation of Kenya. Together with the other sponsors, all we are asking the county government is give us the opportunity to serve you. Give us the opportunity to generate revenue so that we can be able to sponsor more events. As Postal Corporation of Kenya, we value sports. We are ready to nurture the youth. And Chief Guest, I can assure you, working with your ministry, Postal Corporation of Kenya will do whatever is required of us as a parastatal. With those few remarks, I want to say thank you. I want to urge you, when you think about logistics, last mile delivery of your items, when you think of revenue collection as a county, when you think of mail, kindly remember Postal Corporation of Kenya. We are a government department and we'll be there to give you excellent service. Thanks a lot. May the best team win, and we wish Kisumu County a blessed week ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. And I now want to take this opportunity to welcome the Chair, Local Organizing Committee, who is also our County Secretary. Kindly.
Our Chief Guest, the Cabinet Secretary, Youth Affairs, Sports and Arts, His Excellency, the Governor of Kisumu County, who is the host governor, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, His Excellencies, the governors who are available, the Principal Secretary, Youth Affairs, Sports and Arts, the Principal Secretary, State Department of Devolution, all the Principal Secretaries that are available, Your Excellencies, the Deputy Governors, all other protocols observed. The Chief Guest, today the 16th, marks a culmination of the planning effort and skills that have gone to realize the event that you are about to officially open and launch. On behalf of the Local Organizing Committee of Kisumu County, I would wish to welcome all the participants from over 30 counties across the country to participate and assure them that all is in place to allow them to participate effectively in all the sporting disciplines that are there, which are 23. Also allow me to appreciate the Local Organizing Committee who have put their time and availability to make this event a success from today on to the end of this week. Similarly, I wish to acknowledge all the county secretaries, the county executive committee members, especially for the sports, that have prepared all their teams for this event that is marking the promotion of cohesion in our country. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Bwana CS. And it is now my honor to hand over to the program to our Deputy Governor. Kindly welcome.
So thank you, Waziri. Waziri deserves a round of applause, even from this podium. Tumpige makofi. Thank you so much, my sister. Now, chief guest for this occasion, the CS of Sports, the Honorable Ababu Namwamba, here present, Excellency Governors, with a special mention of the host governor and the chair of KICOSCA, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, principal secretaries present here today, our regional commissioner, my colleague deputy governors, and there are quite a number, all invited or participating guests from all over the country, participants. It is a very good afternoon, I believe, and I'll be running the next portion of the program. And I want to begin by recognizing members of the county assemblies from Kisumu and those visiting. If you are here, kindly rise so that we can recognize you. I can see our Deputy Majority Leader, the Honorable Mumbo Wade. I can see Aduinyang the Crocodile, and quite a number of you. Asanteni sana for coming to participate. Allow me also to recognize members of the county cabinet, either in this county or from elsewhere. If you are a CEC member, please rise. We recognize you. CEC members, asanteni sana. We can see they are here in their numbers. We thank you for being who you are to KICOSCA. Allow me now to recognize the members of parliament, and I know there are not very many. I have seen at least a senator. We had one of the senators here, the Honorable Rene Nyakerari. If you are here, make your way up front. That's a senator, and if there's a member of parliament, please come up front to the mic. Just say your name and wish as well. I know you are from Nyakach and from Nyamira, so I know you are conflicted. Sijini nani unakuwa na support hapo. Karibu.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable DG. To the chief guests, CS Ababu, the governors present, led by the host governor, my governor from Nyamira and the other governors, the distinguished guests. I am here on behalf of the National Assembly, not Senate, Honorable DG. My name is Irene Mayaka. I come from Nyamira County, nominated by our ODM party. And I'd just like to take this opportunity to congratulate all the teams present and wish them well. And I'd like to ask CS Ababu to ensure that all the federations from our different sporting disciplines are also present so that they can identify talents that can represent us at national level. To the SG of the Union of Workers, as a representative of workers in National Assembly, I have taken note of your concerns and I will make sure they are addressed. All the best to all the teams, and especially to my county team, Nyamira. Tafadhali mshinde watu kwa kila kitu. Asanteni sana.
I knew it. I thought she was going to support Nyamira. I'm sorry for that oversight. She is from the National Assembly. Do we have any other member of parliament or member of the Senate? If not, allow me to join my governor and the people of Kisumu in welcoming all of you to Kisumu Dala. We wish you all the very best as you put your best foot forward in all the games that you'll be participating in. We are here with deputy governors. Some of them are actually leaders of their own delegation. But we have a leadership. And I would like at this point to welcome our whip, our chief whip, the deputy governor of Nyandarua, Laikipia, sorry, to come up front, introduce the deputy governors present, including me, and then speak on our behalf. Alafu nirudishe program.
The Cabinet Secretary, Ababu Namwamba, the Principal Secretary is present today, the governors from respective counties, the deputy governors present, the official organizers for this KICOSCA event, all participants, the members of county assemblies present, and all other political leaders present, good afternoon. Yangu ya kwanza ni kusema shukran to the host, His Excellency Governor Joshua, not Joshua, Peter Anyang-Nyong, Kisumu City, Kisumu County. We appreciate you. We are delighted to be part of this program. We were well received, and for sure, Kisumu is a county to watch. To the other deputy governors present today, maybe I would first of all request they stand so that I can introduce them. Na kama pia inawezekana mnaweza kuja hapa mbele ndio niweze kuwatambua. I'll start with Kisumu County, tafadhali. Bwana Kisumu County Deputy Governor Dr. Owili.
Matthew Ochieng Owili.
Okay, the next one.
Pastor Jennifer Mbatiani, Deputy Governor Bungoma County.
Kericho.
Engineer Fred Kirui, Deputy Governor Kericho County.
Tamalinye Koech, Deputy Governor Narok County.
Mathara Mwangi, Deputy Governor Nyandarua County.
Dr. Yulita Cheriot, Deputy Governor Nandi County.
Flora Chibule, Deputy Governor Kilifi County.
Wilberforce Kitiezo, Deputy Governor Vihiga County.
Francis Mwangangi, Deputy Governor Machakos County.
Asanteni sana, the deputy governors who are able to join us today. Thank you so much. Mine is first of all kushukuru the governors and the deputy governors present today. And my name is Ruben Kamore Ngatia, Deputy Governor Laikipia County. Indeed, this is what devolution stands for. Devolution is more about teamwork, cohesion, ambayo sisi wote leo tumekusanyika siku ya leo. It's more about being able to interact, able to learn about best practices from different counties, and all of us at the county takuja kukusanyika tuseme for sure we have one Kenya. Sasa waziri tuwasema siasa zimeisha. Ni wakati wa kuchapa kazi. And for sure the national government has been able to demonstrate that. It has been able to demonstrate that from all cadres, be it the national level, be it the county level, we have been able to achieve a lot in terms of devolution and in terms of all what we promised under His Excellency William Samoei Ruto government, in terms of servant leadership, in terms of doing what the Wajiko wants. Thank you so much, Waziri, for paying us a visit. And from the county government, the deputy governors present, as is to only strengthen that. We welcome you for that. For the deputy governors, mine is a simple message. We are going to work hand in hand with all cadres, be it the low cadre officials, be it the middle officials, all of us will be winners. And with those few remarks, mine will only to play for teamwork. May the best team win. And of course, on this note, sijui niegemee Laikipia kidogo, lakini tutasema tug of war, hiyo msishinda mkishindania, hiyo tushashinda tug of war. With those few remarks, maybe now let me take back to the host, DG Dr. Asante.
Asante sana, our whip, tumpigie makofi. And may that best team be Kisumu when finally the scores are called. CS, with your permission, allow me to call on stage the Regional Commissioner Nyanza, the Honorable Flora Morua. Karibu, karibu.
Asante DG. Mgeni wetu wa heshima siku ya leo ambaye ni waziri wa mambo ya michezo na vijana. Mwenyeji wetu hapa Kisumu, Mheshimiwa Profesa Nyang' Nyong'o ambaye pia ni patron wa michezo ambayo tunasherehekea siku ya leo. Magavana waheshimiwa ambao wako hapa siku ya leo. Viongozi wa kisiasa ambao wameweza kuungana na sisi siku ya leo hapa. Principal secretaries who are together with us. Manaibu wa magavana ambao wako hapa, hamjambo. Good afternoon. Ningependa kuchukua nafasi hii kuwakaribisha Kisumu na kushukuru kamati ambayo ilichagua Kisumu kuhost michezo ya leo. Vile vile ningependa kuchukua nafasi kuhakikishia usalama wenu. Kamati ya usalama ya Kisumu County imekuwa na mikakati kabambe ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba mumekaa vizuri wakati mko hapa Kisumu. Lakini ningependa pia kutoa tahadhari kwa wageni wetu kwamba tusijiingize kwa mambo ambayo yanaweza kuhatarisha usalama wetu. We need to be cautious about what we do while we are in the city, as much as a security committee has organized to take care of your security. Niungane na viongozi wa Kisumu pia kuwakaribisha wageni wetu wote hapa Kisumu. Mujisikie mko nyumbani. Tunawapenda sana na tunawakaribisha katika kaunti yetu ya Kisumu, na tunajisikia kama tumekuwa honored kuwa hosts wa games zetu wakati wa hii michezo ya KICOSCA. Kwa hayo machache, asanteni sana. Mungu awabariki.
Thank you. Tumpigie makofi ya Regional Commissioner. Security iko imara kabisa. And now it is time to invite our host governor, the governor of the county of Kisumu and the patron of KICOSCA, His Excellency Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, who will address you and also run the program from now henceforth. Karibu governor. Karibu sana. Tumpige makofi. Karibu.
Thank you very much, DG. Your Excellency, the Cabinet Secretary in charge of Youth, Sports and Culture, my dear friend, Honorable Ababu Namwamba, the Principal Secretary in the Department of Interior, Coordination of National Government, the Principal Secretary in the State Department of Devolution, Honorable Teresia Mbaika, my fellow governors and deputy governors, all ministers, and other dignitaries present. Before I deliver my speech this afternoon, I just would like to thank you all who have been so patient today in supporting our athletes as we begin these games seriously tomorrow. I want to thank especially my fellow governors who have come to represent the Council of Governors. First, the chairperson of Governors, Gender, Youth, Sports and Culture and Social Services Committee, His Excellency Simon Kachapin, the Governor of Nyamira, His Excellency Amos Nyaribo, my dear friend, Governor of Busia, Polo Tuoma, the Governor Turkana, John Lamurkai, and the Governor of West Pokot, obviously, Simon Kachapin. I would like to invite these governors to come over and just say hello so that you can know who they are and the fact that they have made this effort to come to Kisumu to join us on this first day. And then the Governor of West Pokot, Simon Kachapin, will speak on behalf of himself and of the chairman of the Council of Governors, Her Excellency, the Governor of Kirinyaga, who is not here, Anne, who is not here with us today. But I'd like to request Simon Kachapin to speak on his behalf and the Governor Waiguru. So let me call here to greet you before I speak. Honorable His Excellency Amos Nyaribo, my colleague and neighbor from Nyamira, and then I'll call the others subsequently. Thank you very much.
The Principal Secretary, Minister of Sports, my fellow governors, Principal Secretaries led by my friend, Deputy Governor Emeritus Mweke, Regional Commissioner, na wananchi wote, amjambo. Leo nimekuja hapa kwa sababu mambo ya spoti ni vitu muhimu sana. Spoti ndiye inaunganisha Kenya yote na ulimwengu. Pili, ni kitu inaleta afya na kupunguza gharama ya kutibu wananchi. Ya tatu, ni kitu ya kufurahia sana. Mwisho, nimekuja kushangilia timu yangu na watakia ushindi, na wote pia mpigane kwa njia ya urafiki. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I can hear people from Nyamira shangilia over there. So that's a sign that His Excellency Nyaribo is very popular in Nyamira. Ama sivyo? Makofi kwake basi. Asante sana. Let me call here my dear friend John Lamurkai, the governor of Turkana. Tafadhali, Governor. Thank you very much. Welcome.
CS Sports, Honorable Ababu Namwamba, Professor Peter Nyawanyong, our friend of the Turkana community and of the Arteker cluster, my colleagues, the governors present, the deputy governors, the regional county commissioner present here, the DCCs, members of parliament, members of the Senate, members of the county assembly, and all protocol observed. I want to make a small correction. I'm called Jeremiah, not John Kamai Slomorukai Napotikan, the governor for Turkana County. Today, our guest of honor, we are not going to say much because you are present. But I want to request this sitting that KICOSCA, despite organizing this activity here today, in the near future, because sports are meant actually to build relationships, to unite the people, I'm requesting that this activity also of sporting be taken to areas such as Turkana, areas that are warring against each other, so that we use sport to unite those particular communities, because there is a need for Kenya to become a community that is free from unnecessary fighting. Our CS, I'm requesting that you take this message to our Honorable President Daktari Samoei Ruto, that the Turkana community and the Arteker community have chosen to work with the President of the Republic of Kenya on matters of development. And we are requesting that he support the activities of KICOSCA in a more serious manner, because Kenya is lagging behind on sports. We need to put a lot of effort, a lot of resources and time on sports, so that sports become a key uniting factor in this republic. Professor Nyawanyong received a message from the people of Turkana County. Turkana County, the members of Turkana County are the brothers of the Luo community. When you decided to come this side all the way from South Sudan there, we decided to stop somewhere and allowed you to go close to Lake Victoria. But remember, there is also a small lake in Turkana County. They are saying you must also be coming to grace with us and the people of Arteker, right from Ethiopia, Sudan, Uganda the activities of Article people. CS, that is what I really wanted to say today, and I am going to support the activities of KICOSCA, and Turkana County will continue being part and parcel of this activity. But I'm praying hard that Turkana County takes all the sports that are going to take place today, and I believe that will happen. I'm coming here also at my capacity as a national Scrabble player, and I don't know whether time will allow me to also participate fully and play Scrabble. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Bwana Governor. Now let me request my dear friend from Nyandarua, His Excellency Ndirangu, to greet you, please, and then Paul will greet you, and then we can proceed with the program. Thank you very much, Moses.
Our chief guest, PA Sports, the Honorable Namwamba. PAs who are with us here, my fellow governors, deputy governors, members of parliament available, members of county assembly, our CECs in all our counties, and our workers, KICOSA family, Amjambo. I want to take this opportunity to thank you, our chief guest, for availing yourself to be with us today, as I also thank the President of the Republic of Kenya for giving us an able CS to manage this docket of sports, youth. We believe that this area is going to go far. We are already seeing what you are doing. The other day you were talking about the under-19 teams. We are really waiting for that program to kick off, and we are going to support it together with all other programs that you are going to bring down there. As governors, we have seen the benefits of KICOSCA, and that is why we have come here to join our teams to show the seriousness of KICOSCA to our country. Our chief guest, these participants in front of you today are the workers who are going to implement the Kenya Kwanza manifesto. And that is why we have come to support them. That is why we have come to cheer them and to show the world that they are capable. Our request is one, that out of this KICOSCA, we could also select a team that should proceed even to the East Africa and even to the other areas. So we request that your docket to begin to see KICOSCA as an area where we can get talents and nurture them and promote them, so that those people maybe who did not get the chance when they were young, they can be able to get our chance here. Otherwise, it is clear, everyone show when the Nyandarua were passing here. Even the chief guest commented that Nyandarua are on fire. And we are going to fire. We are going to burn, not in the negative, to win. Thank you very much. As I also wish all the other teams all the best. Thank you.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Gavana. Sasa ningependa kuomba hapa ndugu wetu His Excellency Paul Tuoma, ambaye ni jirani wetu hapa Lake Region Economic Block, asalimia watu wake. Asante.
Asante sana, our chief guests, Honorable Ababu Namwamba, my brother. Asante sana for presiding over this function. Our host governor, Professor Nyang' Nyong', all protocols observed. Let me also join those who have spoken before me to thank the organizers of this game, KICOSCA, for giving us this opportunity to showcase what county government employees can do in terms of sportsmanship and sportswomanship. Secondly, I want to again thank those who chose the theme of this game, of building national cohesion. We are all aware that sports brings people together. And I want to extend it further by telling the organizers and also county governments here present, this should be the Olympics of county governments. So, as we prepare our teams, as we come here, let us hope that we are going to showcase the best of what county governments can do as far as sports is concerned. Because we have got departments of sports, and if we are participating as a government and we are not putting in our best, then chances are also that in the counties, we may not be putting in our best. So I want to urge all those county governments here present that let this be the Olympics of county governments, so that what comes out of here is what makes Kenya and Africa proud. I also extend my congratulations to the chair of the East African County Government Sports Teams, who was here, just to show that, again, this is not just about Kenya. This is also, thank you so much, Chairman. This is also about East Africa. It is also about Africa, and it's about what can be best for us. So because we are not supposed to be making a lot of speeches, I just want to say that may the best team win, but may Busia come on top. Watu wa Busia mpo? Busia mpo? Asanteni sana. I want the best team to win, but I want you to come on top. And if you don't make it this time, I'm sure next time you'll be there. Because Ababu na Mwamba is here, and he's also from Busia. I know he's working for the whole of Kenya. Lakini charity begins at home. So we must also show that what he's doing for the country, uko nyumbani pia tuko top. So thank you, my brother, and congratulations once again. And I want to thank His Excellency, the President, for giving you that opportunity. You represent all of us, the Lake Basin communities, the Kenya, the youth. Asante sana. Thank you, Prof, my friend, for hosting. We have learned one or two things. Somebody was asking me whether Busia Stadium is better than this one or is not. Nikasema hata hii ni kidogo. Bado unajenga ingine mzuri pande hili. Deputy Governor, nimekuambia namna hiyo. So tuendelee kuweka more infrastructure. Thank you and God bless you.
Oh, sorry. Thank you very much, my dear friend Paul Utuma. May the best team win, but let that team be Kisumu. I think that's a patriotic prayer by every governor, which we shall adopt, mutatis mutandis. Thank you very much. And finally, on behalf of himself, as the chairman or chairperson of the Governors, Sports, Gender, and Youth and Cultural Services, Social Services, I'd like to call here, he will also speak on behalf of our chairperson, Excellency Anne Waiguru, my dear friend Simon Kachapin, Governor of West Pokot.
The Cabinet Secretary for Sports, Arts and the Youth Affairs, Mheshimiwa Honorable Ababu na Mwamba, my brother host, Governor, Professor Peter Nyang' Nyong', who is also the patron of these events, colleague governors, deputy governors, principal secretaries present, national and county government officials, partners of this event, KICOSCA officials led by the chair, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First, before I read the short speech, first I want to bring the greetings and regards from our chair, Her Excellency Madam Anne Waiguru, who has sent her greetings. She couldn't be with us, but she has sent her greetings. First, I want also wish to thank our chief guest, Bwana CS, for accepting to grace and commission these KICOSCA Games. Karibu sana. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great delight to be part of this annual inter-county event, the 9th edition of the KICOSCA Games, to celebrate the spirit of sportsmanship. At the onset, I would like to extend my warmest congratulations to those who have contributed to the successful planning of this event, and to everyone else present for availing yourselves. Indeed, this event will not have achieved its intended purpose without your presence. Additionally, allow me to honor in a special way my brother, His Excellency Governor Anyang' Nyong'o, for all the hard work and sacrifice that has gone into ensuring this event is a success. In the same breath, I wish to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of all our county officers who have worked tirelessly to serve and improve our counties. And it is their dedication that makes our society a better place to live, work, and play. Ladies and gentlemen, the commitment of the government towards the development of inclusive sports is reflected in the role it has played and continues to play, not only in facilitating the creation of sports management bodies, but also in being sensitive to issues relating sports management in the country. The sporting landscape has changed enormously in recent years. Sports and culture has a great social significance for its role in being the glue which bonds communities together. To quote the words of Nelson Mandela, he said, "Sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. Sport can awaken hope where there was previously only despair. Sport speaks to people in a language they can understand." For a long time, Kenya has quite been dominant on track and field events, and it is therefore in our interest to ensure that this status quo is maintained. Today, we have sports persons from various counties competing against each other in a spirit of fair play and mutual respect. We will also have a showcase of our cultures from different counties. This is what sports and culture is all about, uniting culturally diverse people as equals with common interests. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no doubt that sport has contributed immensely towards economic development of the country. Like other commodities, sport has been a commodity that is produced, marketed, and sold to the public. The sports products have therefore been an important element in creation of employment opportunities for local people and trade between Kenya and other countries. Notably, sport is a very powerful tool for achieving gender equality. There is good evidence that participation in sports can help break down gender stereotypes, improve girls' and women's self-esteem, and contribute to the development of leadership skills. Ladies and gentlemen, support for sport is a sound investment and must be treated as such by economic decision makers. The growing prominence of sport in national culture and economy should cause us to think more deeply about the way we collaborate. Here, I'm talking about the nexus between private businesses and governments. Strong partnership in this context should go beyond each looking at one's own investment or expense on direct interest, but in cross-cutting shared outcomes. I therefore call upon county governments to invest and promote sporting activities with the aim of creating employment and enhancing public service delivery through a healthy, strong, and re-energized workforce. Our leadership will be judged on how well it utilizes its burgeoning youth population. Our chief guest, I earnestly implore upon the Ministry of Sports and other partners in the sports sector to work with the county governments in supporting grassroots sports development through investing more funding in inclusive grassroots sports initiatives that provide opportunities for all, improving of facilities, building the capacity of sports personnel, as well as identification and nurturing of talent. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to remind us that sports is not just about winning and losing, but about building character, developing teamwork, and fostering a sense of community. It is my hope that these values will continue to inspire us as we work together to build a better future for our country. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen and our chief guests, I wish all the competitors the best of luck, and I look forward to seeing some outstanding performances. I would like to remind everyone that we are all ambassadors of our respective counties, and it is our duty to represent them with pride and dignity and respect. Let us all come together and support the participants and make this event a memorable one for all. Before I sit down, I want also to commend our chief guest of the steps you are taking for our football to be recognized globally and FIFA to recognize sporting activities. That's the best way, because I was also the CAS sports. I know that's where we should be going. So thank you very much. We wish all the best, all the sports men and women, all the best in these events. Thank you very much.
Haya, asante sana Bwana Governor. And now it is my time to give you a few words and an address welcoming you to these games and requesting eventually the Principal Secretary in Devolution and our Chief Guest, Honorable Ababu Namwamba, to open the games officially. Our guest of honor, Cabinet Secretary for Sports, Youth and Culture, Youth Affairs, Honorable Ababu Namwamba, other Cabinet Secretaries present, and Chairperson of Council of Governors, represented here by Mheshimiwa Kachapin, all governors and deputy governors present, principal secretaries, the Regional Commissioner Nyanza, Flora Mwara, and all other members of KICOSCA Secretariat. Good afternoon. Amjambo. All teams zote, amjambo. I know you have been sitting down for long. Can you just stand up and stretch yourself just to make sure that you are still alive? You may be sitting and the limbs went very early on. Haya. Pigine makofi kwanza, tuendelee na na event today, basi ketini. Ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to officially welcome you and everyone here to this great county of Kisumu and the city of Kisumu to this fantastic event we have here today. I know that we don't take it for granted that the organizers of these games took a lot of time, money, and attention to present what we have already seen here, like mchezo ya vuta nikuvute. You know, I was looking at my friend Ababu and myself, and I said, I wish we too could be given an opportunity to participate in some sport. But mzee kama mimi, nikijaribu vuta nikuvute, I think they will take me home early in the morning. But there's a sport I think we wazee can appeal for, which you can practice any time. That is dancing. I think dancing as a sport should be introduced. And if you do, make sure that trophy will be taken between Ababu Namwamba and myself. And I know why, because we have been both Secretary Generals of ODM, and we did many things together like dancing. So, next time, Kamati ya KICOSCA, please introduce dancing into the games, and we shall really show you how we do rumba, which you no longer know yourselves. As the patron of KICOSCA Games, I wish to welcome you to this 9th edition of KICOSCA, which is already very promising about what we have seen this morning. The first KICOSCA Games were played in Nairobi in 2013, and this was a great fun. Today, we are gathered here to officially open the 9th edition of this extravaganza. As patron of KICOSCA this year, I'm proud to be associated with these games because in Kisumu, we are getting used to holding 9th editions of things. Last year, we held the 9th edition of our facilities here and in this venue. Now we are holding the 9th edition of KICOSCA. I'm looking forward for another 9th edition of something. And last year, my sister, Excellency Cicely Mbarire, the Governor of Embu, handed to me the symbolic torch as the patron of these games. I want to assure Governor Mbarire that I will not let her nor the people of Kenya down by making sure that this torch shines high until the 10th edition, which I shall hand over to somebody else. Since its inception, KICOSCA has proved to be more than just games. It's a convergence of cultural diversity. Each year it brings together employees of the 47 counties as it has done today. And each year it keeps on solidifying our cultural diversity and our national unity and integration. KICOSCA has also given the opportunity for county staff to exhibit their sporting talents and to unwind and benchmark our best management practices. I assure you that Kisumu will never give up winning in the tug of war. We will continue practicing and improving our skills and integrating with the others who would like to know what those skills, where they come from. You'll agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, that in every organization, employees must be allowed to engage in sports and other activities to keep fit and focused, just as the old adage goes, work without play makes Jack a dull boy. KICOSCA has since inception been promoting domestic tourism. Counties that have hosted these games also use the opportunity to promote tourism destinations, opportunities in their regions. Kisumu, for example, will be using this opportunity to showcase ourselves as the biggest tourism destination in Western region. The Kakamega Forest, Masai Mara, Ruma National Park, and the scenic Lake Victoria beaches are all in this package due to their proximity to our city, Kisumu. And we welcome you to take your time in this region and visit these places because they are memorable visits you will never forget. It is therefore no doubt that KICOSCA has become a big tool to promote tourism in all counties. It is for this reason that I appeal to our counties to take KICOSCA very seriously. Let us allocate adequate resources for this activity during our budgeting processes. I urge my colleague governors to ensure KICOSCA is included in the budget so that all the 47 devolved units are represented during the annual competition, because it is beneficial to all of us. It is important to know that out of the 47 counties, 32 had registered for the 9th edition of the Games as of Sunday yesterday. I appeal to you all to make it a full edition next time by the 47 counties all registering to participate. We must strengthen KICOSCA because one of the most important unifying activities as we have in Kenya today, as captured in this year's theme, promoting national cohesion through sports and culture. I also want to appeal to the national government to support these games because, although organized by the county governments through a national executive committee, it is a national event. Let us not forget that we have 48 governments in Kenya, but one nation. Those 48 governors are called 48 governors, separate but interdependent. As a hosting county, I wish to assure all of you that we have been preparing for the games and everything has been put in place to ensure that your stay in this city for the next 1 week is not only refreshing but very secure. All the 13 venues for various events have been well prepared, accommodation is properly arranged, and the entire city is under tight security. For this reason, I sincerely thank both the national and local committees for a job well done. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, who have been preparing for this sport. You have done a good job. As we flag off the KICOSCA Games this afternoon, allow me to spend a special appeal to the national government to help complete the Kisumu Convention Center, which is just next door, which was part and parcel of preparation for Afri-Cities, and this stadium was one such facility which was beautifully completed. Let us complete that convention center because it will forever remain a landmark for the 9th edition of the Cities Summit held here last year. Once completed, the Kisumu Convention Center will be a game changer in conference tourism in our nation. I am happy that the Office of the Deputy President has showed a lot of interest in the completion of this project, which is about 80% complete. I am happy that the Principal Secretary of the Ministry of Devolution is here today, and I will be shortly calling upon her to speak and to call upon the Minister to speak. Madam Teresia Baika, thank you so much for coming. Thank you very much for visiting Kisumu much more frequently. In such a short time, you have been Principal Secretary, and therefore I invite you here to speak. And please, when you talk to these people in KICOSCA, support me in calling for dancing as one of the games. Thank you very much, Madam. Please come over.
Thank you, Governor. Before I make my remarks, please allow me to invite my colleague PSS to say hello to you. We have with us Principal Secretary, State Department for Public Works. Joel, please come and say to the people.
Our chief guest, our CS Ababu na Mwamba, our host governor, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, chairman of the Council of Governors, Gender, Sports, Simon Kachapin, who is also my governor, principal secretaries present, deputy governors, members of the county assembly, good afternoon. My name is Joel Arumonyang, principal secretary, public works. First, I want to take this opportunity to thank the organizers through the patron of this event, the 9th edition. Secondly, to thank the Ministry of Sports and all players. Mine is to assure all governors present here. As the Principal Secretary in charge of Public Works, I want to assure you that we will work very closely as a State Department in ensuring that the sports infrastructure is put in place to support your teams in line with the vision of our President, who has promised Kenyans that by 2030, we will be hosting the World Cup in Kenya. To that, I wish that we work very closely. And secondly, to confirm that I have come with the technical team together with my colleague, Principal Secretary Devolution, to see to either the Afri-Cities Convention Center is also addressed. So we have prior team, and I want to assure the governor that we'll be able to work very closely with the Office of the Deputy President and be able to support so that the people, the great people of Kisumu can reap the benefits of the convention center. With that, I want to thank you, and may God bless you. May the best team win. Thank you.
I now invite Jonathan Mweke, PS Sports and Arts, to say hello.
Thank you very much, PS Maika. The Cabinet Secretary of Youth, Sports and the Arts, the Honorable Ababu Namwamba, our host governor, His Excellency Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, governors present, deputy governors present, my colleague, principal secretaries, our Nyanza Regional Commissioner, the leadership of KICOSCA, teams present, ladies and gentlemen, hamjambo. Mine is just to say I'm excited that the counties can hold this competition and compete against each other in the various sports. As a ministry and State Department of Sports and the Arts, led here by our CS Ababu Namwamba, we commit to ensure that we turn talents into livelihoods. Under our Pesa Mfukoni agenda. So to all the participants here, sportsmen and women, I know you work for the counties, but you can also turn your talents into a source of income and into careers. So we encourage all of you to compete very, very hard. I believe that you're well prepared for this competition, and I take this opportunity to wish all the teams here the very, very best. We also commit to build infrastructure, working with the State Department for Public Service, so that we give all our sportsmen and women the hardware for them to be able to play their sports. With those remarks, I wish you all the very best and a wonderful, safe stay in Kisumu City. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Thank you.
Thank you, colleagues. I must tell them about the dance. You will hear of it. His Excellency, the Deputy President, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, represented here by the Honorable Ababu Namwamba, the CS Sports and Youth Affairs, all the Cabinet Secretaries, the Chairperson, Council of Governors, the Chairperson, Council of Governors, Gender, Youth, Sports, Culture, Social Services, His Excellency Simon Kachapin, the Governor, County Government of Kisumu, Honorable Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, all the governors present, colleague principal secretaries present, KICOSCA Secretariat, participating teams, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Teresia Mbaika, PS State Department for Devolution in the Executive Office of the President, Office of the Deputy President. It gives me great pleasure to be in Kisumu this afternoon for this very important cultural and sports festival in the calendar of the county government. Incidentally, this is my first major interaction with the counties since my appointment in December last year. I therefore want to take this opportunity to thank His Excellency the President for giving me the chance to serve the people of Kenya as a Principal Secretary for Devolution. My vision is to serve all counties without discrimination to ensure that devolution is working and is delivering the promises our government has made to Kenyans. I'm aware that Kenyans have very high expectations on devolution and are hopeful that it will deliver on the various promises, thereby changing the development landscape of our country. The last 10 years of devolution have shown that this is possible. Ladies and gentlemen, as a State Department, I want to affirm that we will continue supporting county governments to achieve on their mandates of delivering efficient and tangible services to Kenyans. In the process, we will partner with like-minded institutions to deliver on our obligations to the counties. The State Department for Devolution has over the years continued to support and actively participate in KICOSCA games through our netball and football teams. We will therefore continue supporting these games as they provide a platform upon which devolution lessons and experiences are shared. Going forward, we will revitalize the Intergovernmental Sector Forum on Sports so that both the national and county governments can meet in order to work out modalities of implementing the presidential directive on organizing the bottom-up football tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, games are a form of exercise, and there is no time that one is too old to exercise. And the governor said, please, we want all to participate in these games. Even if it is dancing, we are going to dance. I also want to play. Netball is my game, volleyball. So please, let's do something about it. And we are going to support. Engaging in games like this will go a long way in ensuring our physical and mental well-being, thereby enhancing our productivity in the workplace. I shall also be the link between the national government and county government as we work towards turning talents of our sportsmen and women into livelihoods. As you play, take time to mingle and know one another as a way of building important networks that we call upon in our workplaces. Just an example of what happened in our retreat last time in Nanyuki. The President made sure there is no place for the cabinet secretaries, the principal secretaries, but we all intermingle. So please make sure as you play, you also get a friend, a contact you can call when you're at your work. I therefore want to take this opportunity to wish all the participants and participating teams in the various disciplines all the best in the competition. Even if you do not take the trophy back home, your presence and participation makes you a winner. Thank you very much. And now it's my duty and pleasure to welcome the chief guest of today to give us his remarks, Honorable Ababu Namwamba, CS Sports, Youth, and Arts. Karibu Waziri.
Thank you, PS. Asante. Now, mgeni wa heshima kwenye awamu hii ya 9 ya michezo ya KICOSCA. Alikuwa ni naibu wetu wa rais, Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua Rigiji, ambaye kwa sababu ya shughuli nyingine ambayo amepewa na Mheshimiwa Rais, Mheshimiwa naibu wa rais ameniomba nisimame kwenye viatu zake to preside over this opening ceremony, and so I will proceed to read the speech of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua EGH, during this official opening of the 9th edition of the Kenya Inter-County Sports and Cultural Association KICOSCA Games in Kisumu County at these Jomo Kenyatta grounds. Now, the governor of the county government of Kisumu, who is also the patron of KICOSCA and CASA, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, all the governors who are present here, led by the chair of sports, culture, and also representing the chair of the Council of Governors, my good friend and brother, Governor Simon Kachapin. Principal Secretaries here, Principal Secretary of Devolution, Public Works, my own Principal Secretary, my good brother, Jonathan Mweke, the KICOSCA chairperson, my good friend Ogalo, and the Secretariat, the representative of Alaska, all the participating teams, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to be in Kisumu to officially open the 9th Kenya Inter-County Sports and Cultural Association KICOSCA Games. This is an opportune time to know one another better as we meet in such a relaxed environment in line with the Games' overall objective of enhancing cooperation, bonding, and integration among staff from the county governments. Due to the great cultural diversity in our beloved country, the coming together of teams drawn from different counties provides us with an opportunity to appreciate and celebrate cultural diversity and in the process, dispel negative notions and stereotypes that have posed challenges to national integration. It is my hope that the participants will learn important cultural aspects from each other during the 7 days interaction, while their participation will enable them to lead healthier and productive lives. As the old adage goes, all work without play makes Jack a dull boy. Ladies and gentlemen, engaging in sports has many benefits. At the individual level, it leads to good health and better performance in our individual endeavors. Cumulatively, this builds a strong, healthy nation that is able to engage in productive activities and thus spur economic development. Sports teaches us not just about teamwork, but also values of each individual's role in a team. Each person in a team has a specific role, and each unit of a team is only as good as the weakest person in that group. The ramification of this for us all is that we will learn how to work and pull together as a team, understand and get along with each other in our work, both in our workstations and even at home. This is critical for the success of any nation. I pray that these games will also help us rediscover our values as social beings and thus improve relations among the sportsmen and women participating in these games. We hope that these will lead to the strengthening of networks that may be beneficial in the course of your work in the counties. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all aware of the distinguished position of Kenya as a power in world sports, especially in athletics. It is therefore critical that we continue to nurture and protect this position by constantly improving on our performance and in developing a culture that encourages sporting activity. The national government has invested heavily in developing sports infrastructure all over the country in order to encourage our youth and indeed other Kenyans to engage in sporting activities. An example is this Jomo Kenyatta Stadium here in Kisumu. I'm also aware that county governments have also made substantial investments in sports infrastructure and stadia. Despite all these efforts, there is indeed room for improvement. And ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, the Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, Sports and the Arts will take time to visit the ongoing construction of Kisumu Convention Center, which, when complete, will act as a major conference hub for the Western region, while at the same time positioning Kisumu as a focal point for investments. The construction of the Convention Center is part of the national government's commitment to devolve development resources, which in turn will result in more employment opportunities, especially to the hustling youth and small to medium enterprises in the region. Indeed, the Convention Center will promote diverse business activities, leading to spiral rejuvenation of the Lake region's economic well-being. I give assurance that this project, which is under my office, will be completed in time to contribute to the government's immediate objective of economic turnaround. Your Excellency, that is a commitment of His Excellency the Deputy President on the Kisumu Convention Center. Ladies and gentlemen, during the 2022 Jamhuri Day celebrations, His Excellency President William Samoei Ruto promised that his administration will rebuild and monetize sports and creatives in the country through the revolutionary Talanta Hela plan. The plan seeks, among other things, to champion a grassroots football development program with heavy investments in youth football to be implemented by both national government and the county governments. To actualize this, the President promised that he would launch a bottom-up tournament to be contested by under-19 teams from all the 47 counties from the ward level upwards, with the support of may be hampered by inadequate infrastructure at the grassroots in some of the counties. I therefore want to urge all the county governments to revitalize their sports departments, set adequate funds to rehabilitate the sports grounds in the villages and the wards, and organize the youth in these areas into viable teams. I believe this will keep the youth engaged and will go a long way in fighting the drugs menace in our society. In addition, these will provide an opportunity to nurture the youth into future champions, thereby ensuring that Kenya takes a claim in football in addition to athletics. Ladies and gentlemen, it is gratifying to note the effort that the county governments have put in place in organizing this event. Participating in any sport requires commitment, resources, and time, which you have availed to the participating teams. I am informed that this year, 32 counties and other agencies, including a team from the State Department of Devolution, have confirmed their participation for this 9th edition of KICOSCA Games. I'm pleased to see the unity of purpose and cordially not only between the levels of government, but also between the different arms of government. It is my hope that all the 47 county governments and other national governmental agencies will be participating in future events in order to actualize a United Kenya event, promoting cooperative national cohesion for socio-economic transformation of our country. This is a huge gathering and illustrates the important role that county governments attach to these games. It also goes a long way in supporting this year's theme of promoting national cohesion through sports and culture, as the participating teams are drawn from all over the country. I therefore want to extend my appreciation to all the teams and individual officers who are taking part in the various sporting activities over the next 7 days. To the KICOSCA Chair and the Secretariat, thank you for your continued commitment in organizing these games. Despite the challenges you have faced in executing these tasks, you have ensured that the games are held every year. Ladies and gentlemen, such events also provide the officers with an opportunity to learn from and benchmark with other counties. I believe the games will also provide us with a platform to exchange ideas and best practices on governance in the devolution space. During your spare time, we expect that you will interact and share your experiences with colleagues from other counties on the implementation of devolution. This is also an opportunity to enhance inter- and intra-county relations in an informal setting, a chance to improve intergovernmental relations between the two levels of government, and an opportunity to improve national unity through social interactions among the participants drawn from diverse backgrounds. This being a meeting of great minds with great experiences in the implementation of devolution, I urge you to take time to engage in discourse on ways and means to accelerate the performance of devolution as desired by Wanjiku and spelled out in our Constitution. I'm also informed, ladies and gentlemen, that one of the objectives of this event is to promote local tourism. Kisumu County, which is part of the Western Region Tourism Circuit, has exquisite tourism sites and exemplary local cuisine to sample from. Please take time to visit other parts of Kisumu County and the surrounding counties to not only sample the culture and local cuisine, but also the developments that have been undertaken or are ongoing. Hopefully you'll be inspired to replicate the positive developments in Kisumu in your own respective counties. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity to congratulate the entire KICOSCA organizing committee and all the sportsmen and women for their efforts and dedication that they have put into the preparation for these games. I want to wish all the participating counties and their teams the best of luck. I'm sure that we will witness performances of the very highest quality over the course of this tournament. Do your best and compete in the spirit of sportsmanship and fair play. May you be inspired by the words of the legendary athlete G.C. Owens, who said, and I quote, "Friendships born on the field of sports are the real gold of a competition. Awards become corroded, but real friends gather no dust." As I close, I wish the participating teams all the best in the competitions. Remember, there'll always be winners and losers in any competition, but kama wahenga walivyosema, asiyekubali kushindwa si mshindani. I believe that through your participation, we are all winners. Thank you, and God bless Kenya. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, that is the official speech from His Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic, Rigathi Gachagua, that the young people of this country love to call Riggy G, who wishes these games the very best. And allow me now, in my own capacity, to briefly also say that as a Ministry of Youth Affairs, Sports and the Arts, we are really delighted to anchor these games and to support these games. On a personal level, I'm very delighted to be in Kisumu. I love this city, Kisumu Dala, Kisumu Pacho, a city where you will have no single dull moment. I'm also happy to be received in this city by my mentor, my brother, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, a man in whose shoes, as towering Secretary General of ODM party, I stepped into his shoes as his successor. Great to see you, Professor, and great to see the work you have done to make sure that Kisumu indeed takes on the face of a city, and Kisumu now looks like a city, thanks to the great work you're doing here. Ladies and gentlemen, devolution is the jewel in the crown of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. And in the architecture of that Constitution, the framers of the Constitution anticipated and expected collaboration and cooperation between the two levels of government. 48 separate but interdependent governments. And that is why, as the national government, we are very keen to work closely with all county governments to promote sports, to support our youth and the arts at all levels. You know that the Kenya Kwanza government has placed a premium on the value of sports. And that is why we did not waste any time to engage FIFA and I personally traveled to Doha to engage the president of FIFA, Mr. Gianni Infantino, to work out an arrangement that led to the lifting of the suspension of Kenya from FIFA. And I'm very happy that football is now back across the country. We are also working in partnership with World Athletics to defeat the scourge of doping and to make sure that Kenya retains our pride of place as a powerhouse in world athletics. Indeed, we are now in a position as a ministry, as a government, where we are setting very ambitious targets. And target number one is that we are going for the hosting of the African Cup of Nations 2027 here in Kenya. And I want to assure governors that as we prepare the bid for Kenya to host AFCON 2027, we want to do it with the Council of Governors, because we want AFCON to be hosted in a manner that reflects the face of Kenya. So AFCON games will have to be played here in Kisumu, in Kakamega, in Meru, in Mombasa, to truly reflect the face of Kenya in the hosting of those games. For us to do that, we have to invest in our infrastructure development. But county government is also appreciative of the participation and involvement of the corporate sector in the development of sports. And I want to thank all the corporate sponsors that have come forth to support KICOSCA. Kenya Posta, Safaricom, and all the other partners, I thank you. And this ministry has now put a framework in place to offer you very attractive tax rebates that will enable you to recoup the money you put in sports sponsorship. We have also engaged discussions with MultiChoice Supersport that will see the return of Kenya sports to live streaming and live broadcast on our TVs. Those are part of the efforts we are taking as a ministry to make sure that we return sports to where it belongs. And we are determined to make sure that sports is monetized and that we earn from playing and developing our talents. Let me conclude by saying that in our projection and planning, we have determined that the grassroots is the answer to the revival of Kenyan sports. And therefore, you are going to see a lot of action at the grassroots. I have spent an amazing 3 days in the Western Nyanza Belt since Friday. I have been to Kakamega for the Elijah Lidonde Foundation Football Tournament. I have been in Homa Bay for the Genoa Governors Cup. Yesterday, I was in Rapogi, in Uriri, for a tournament sponsored by Honorable Mark Nyamita. Today, we are here for these KICOSCA games. And what I have witnessed at the grassroots has reinforced my belief that the grassroots is the answer. And youth sports is the answer in developing sports in this country. I want to thank our counties for accepting to partner with the national government in rolling out the Talanta Hela program, which will see the development of our sports to the next level. We are preparing to launch the Talanta Hela program next month, in the month of February, and on the 25th day of this month, I'll be personally appearing before the Council of Governors to explain this program in detail to the Council of Governors for us to adopt a joint program between the national government and the county government to roll out the Talanta Hela program. And to all the CECs of sports, led my good sister, the CEC of Kisumu County, and all of you that I have seen from all over the country, I am going to work with you very closely to roll out this Talanta Hela program in all your counties as the county ministers responsible for sports. And we'll continue other programs. I know that we support Narok County in their cultural activities. We have supported the team that has appeared here. We supported them to go to France for the UN General Conference, UNESCO. We have also supported them to go to Tanzania for Jama Fest. And I want to declare that we'll continue to support Narok County and other groups to take part in these global events. Let me conclude by announcing that this ministry is now called the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Sports and the Arts. A lot of the activities that you have considered as cultural are now under this ministry. And as part of our working together with the counties in sports, we'll also work with you in film, which is part of this ministry. We'll work with you in theater, which is also part of us. We'll also work with you in music, that is part of this ministry. In fact, during the Talanta Hela program, we'll play football, we'll also do film, we'll do music. It will be a whole ecosystem of sporting and creative activities. And to kick off this new era, we have convinced the American film company called Cobalt Red to shoot perhaps what will be the biggest foreign movie ever shot on Kenyan soil. This movie will be shot from the end of the month of March, and among the sites we have convinced Cobalt Red to shoot is Kisumu, Homa Bay, Kakamega, Mount Kenya, to showcase the diversity that Kenya has. And this is to send a very strong message to the film sector that Kenya must now become a destination of choice for shooting of global films. And the Cobalt Trade Company is led by the famous Leonardo DiCaprio, the one of the famous Titanic movie. And I'm very happy that I'm announcing this in the presence of Baba Lupita. Baba Lupita, the greatest icon in that space that Kenya has ever seen. We are very proud of Lupita Nyong'o, daughter of this county. And Baba Lupita will be talking to you to really make Kisumu City, Kisumu Dala, Kisumu Pasho, Kisumu County, the home of filmmaking in this country. I thank you very much, and I wish KICOSCA Games 2023 the very best of success. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much. I want to thank the minister very, very sincerely. Please get in, Ginny, for a fantastic speech and list of things that are in line that the minister is going to do. We welcome the new name for the ministry, Sports, Arts, and?
The arts.
Sports?
Sports, youth, sports, and the arts.
Youth, sports, and the arts. Very good. Lakini huyu msichana, she's making me lose my identity. I am Professor Nyang' Nyong'o in my own capacity. You want to say Baba Lupita, that is for you to choose. Eh? Asante. Now, Bwana Minister, just a few things to do before we kick off the football over there. Can I ask Kenya Commercial Bank to come over here? Can I also ask the artist who is having that portrait to come? Nani tena? Oh yes, then I will ask Nandi to come. Now you can take over and help us.
Thank you. Makofi ya waziri yako wapi? Tupigie waziri makofi. Asante sana. DJ nipe sauti. Waziri wetu wa michezo ambaye pena ni kijana, tunaomba upokee zawadi ya kwanza ambapo umekuja kumwakilisha naibu wa rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Ningependa kumuomba gavana wa Kisumu, kwa sababu hii kazi imefanywa na CEO wetu kutoka Mama Grace Onyango Social Center, hand over to our governor, whereby the governor will hand over to our chief guest ambaye pia ni waziri wetu wa michezo. PS wetu simama hapo. PS wa sport ako wapi? Akuja asimame nyuma hapo tu. Asanti. Wenye picha wapige. Asanti sana. DJ sauti sina kwa mic. Asanti sana. Tunaweza mpatia sasa zawadi. Asanti. Zawadi ingine ni KCB. Wako wapi? Meneja wa KCB. Wakuja wapeane zawadi kwa gavana wa Kisumu. Tafadhali media tupeane nafasi kidogo. CEO Mama Grace Anyango, Google me.
Thank you very much. Grace Onyango, Mama Grace Onyango would like to take this opportunity to thank the KICOSCA team. Thank you.
Asanti. Zawadi sasa ya pili ambayo ningependa KCB Bank wapatie waziri wetu wa michezo, kisha waziri atapea gavana wa Kisumu. Ni zawadi ya check ya shilingi takriban milioni 5. Makofi kwa KCB Bank yetu. Asanti sana. Asanti sana. KCB Bank, Mungu awabariki na ashidi kuwalinda na kuongezea nguvu. Asanti sana. Sasa ningemuinvite the Secretary General KICOSCA. Waziri, bado kuna zawadi unapokea. Baada hatujamaliza, Nandi County wanataka kupeana zawadi. Asanti sana. Nandi County wamedonate a trophy to the KICOSCA, the winner of football team. Wana hand over the trophy to the Governor Kisumu, and then Governor will hand over to the CS wetu wa sports. Ninaomba Chairman KICOSCA aje apokee hiyo trophy wakiandamana pamoja na Secretary General waweze kupokea hiyo zawadi. Chairman KICOSCA, pokea hiyo kikombe, na hiyo kikombe imesemekana kuwa ni winner anachukua. Sasa na Governor wa Kisumu alisema ni Kisumu, kwa hivyo Kisumu players, make sure you work very hard. Hii trophy imepita kwa mikono ya waziri wa michezo. Asanti, pamoja na kofia, asanti. Aya, zawadi ingine sasa, KICOSCA inataka kuaward our chief guest. KICOSCA ina award our chief guest. Naomba Governor bado apaki, Governor Kisumu to award our chief guest. Governor Kisumu to award our chief guest. Inaona Secretary General wetu Mheshimiwa Kabiri anataka kuitoa. Asanti, nakumbuka Kabiri alikuwa aliyopita. Secretary General wetu Bwana Kangea Amfre, mchapa kazi, amepeana certificate ya the Deputy President Republic of Kenya kuja hapa. Sasa ninaomba Governor wa Kisumu apeana officially. Asanti. Zawadi ingine tunapeana sasa, ningemwomba waziri wa michezo aweze kumkabidhi zawadi rasmi gavana wetu wa Kisumu ambaye pia ni patron wetu wa michezo. Naomba CEO simame hapa, chairman simama hapo, PS hiyo ni zawadi ya the host chairman kwa kupewa zawadi certificate safi sana ya ishara kuwa yeye ndiye host wetu wa Kisumu. Kisha namuita mwenyekiti wa michezo Council of Governors. Waziri, bado tuna zawadi zako mingi sana. Waziri wa michezo, samani, the chairman Council of Governors Sports, Youth and Arts, Governor wa West Pokot. Ninaomba Secretary General aweze kumkabidhi certificate hiyo, kisha amukabidhi. Aya, pokea yes Governor, pokea certificate kisha umpatie waziri wa michezo. Waziri hiyo imetoka kwa KICOSCA family ambapo inaongozwa na utawekewa kwa bahasha. Asanti. Asanti sana. Asanti sana. Tukisha maliza section hiyo, tafadhali media msonge kwa minajili ya catalog ya East Africa. Picha ya kwanza ni waziri wetu pamoja na governor wa Kisumu. Picha wao wawili tu. Kwa hivyo waziri mkae pamoja. Watasimama hapo? No. Tufanyie hapa. Waziri na governor host, hiyo itakuwa kwa catalog. Asante. Aya, kisha naomba the PS wote wenye wako hapa wa join that group photo. PS wote tafadhali, PS wote wa join kwa hiyo group. Tafadhali mtawasiliana na Secretary General vile tutapata hizo pictures za kwa catalog ya East Africa kule Kigali. Kisha naomba kwa heshima kabisa magavana wote tafadhali, magavana wote tuweze kujoin. Magavana wote tuweze kujoin kwa heshima. Magavana wachon. Kisha NEC officials mutakuja. Au magavana wote kwa hiyo group tafadhali. Kwa catalog yetu ya East